One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Thank you. There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Welcome into the Gamers Lounge. Hey, I was huffing it up and down the stairs for the last 10 minutes, bringing us up into the podcast room with me. So I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. How's everyone doing? Bear fan, what's going good with you, man? Hope you're having a fantastic day. And everybody else in the chat. We got Bear fan, you got Yodel. He said, Ahman should play Jackbox sometime. Definitely. I don't mind playing Jackbox. I played that before. It's a fun game. And I don't know why the chat says, or the stream says, playing Black Ops. Nope. It's Gamers Lounge episode 292. All right. So welcome to my Gamers Lounge, the ultimate destination for all things gaming. I'm hosted. I am, yes, the Green Bay Packers all-time leading rusher. So legendary NFL running back. I say that's what everybody says. I will not toot my own horn, but it is what it is. And so this show is your weekly getaway and my weekly getaway to the latest news in the video game industry, esports world, and hottest game releases and in-depth discussion with industry topics, whether you're a casual gamer or you're a hardcore esports fan like myself. My Gamers Lounge is the place for you, and it has something for everyone. So grab your controller, settle in, and join us as we dive into a dynamic world of gaming. So just checking in with everybody. It says, yo, toot that horn, man. You earned it. Thank you. I appreciate that, Yodel Strudel. Appreciate you, man. I know you're getting a lot of points, man. You're earning some things. Just keep coming in the chat every day. You earn points. Go to my Twitch channel. You'll see my about area. And I like to give away, I don't say give away, but if you come in and watch, at Twitch, you earn points. You get things, like hats and my jersey. I have an initiative that I'll talk about here in a little bit about the Digital Divide initiative. But as I went to cons after football and going to events or donating to foundations, I didn't mind getting a thank you card from the foundation and, appreciate the assistance. But I think giving you a token, so that with the digital vibe, I'll get to that here in a little bit after the intro of the show. We'll talk about that. But fantastic weekend this weekend. I had a chance to spend Saturday and part of Saturday and all of Sunday with one of my nieces up in Austin, Texas. So shout out to Nefertiti, where she invited me to do a 10K. I had never done a 10K. I have done 3Ks and 6Ks or 5Ks, which the K is 1,000, it's 3,000 meters or 5,000 meters or 10,000 or kilometers. I'm sorry, kilometers, not meters. And so it total in miles is 6.2 miles. So myself and my niece, we walked and ran. We did a run, walk right at the end. But for majority of the race, we walked it. And it was a good time, man. I mean, fantastic time to spend with her. She moved to Austin, Texas years ago. She's been in Texas longer than I have. She's been in Texas for over 20 years, I think, or just around 20 years. And she works at a college. I think she was trying to, she said to me she was trying to apply to UT and other schools. She did work at Texas Tech years ago. So she lived in Lubbock for a long time. Went out to DC, went out to the East Coast to work at, I think, George Washington or something like that, or Georgetown. didn't like the vibe and came back. And so now she's just 2.5 hours away from me. So I was like, she brought it up last year. We were talking on the phone and she said, hey, I'm doing 2K. That's coming up in April. Would you want to join me? And I was like, yeah, usually I impulsively say yes because it's family, it's somebody I care about, it's a friend. And I'm like, yes. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Let me check the date. Let me check with my wife, see if we got anything going on, which we didn't. So it planned out pretty good. So we went up there. Like I said, we walked, we run. Our overall time was right under 2 hours. So we did 6.2 miles, so 10,000 kilometers in about an hour 59, hour 58 seconds. So that was fun time. And then like what's interesting about my dynamic, I have a nephew that's only 3 years younger than me. Shout out to Brandon Thomas. And so we grew up like brothers. And my niece, Nefertiti, she's actually older than me by 2 months. So she was born in December. I was born in February. She was born in December. God, I can't remember the date. That's bad. Sorry. But I was born February 16th. So I'm a few months older, even though I'm her uncle. And so it's been, like I said, the weekend was fantastic. As kids growing up together, it was so fun. It was because she ran track, I ran track. So we saw each other at the track meets. She went to Omaha Benson. I went to Omaha North and Omaha Central. So that time of year, springtime, we saw each other every weekend outside of family events, stuff like that. So it was, like I said, fun weekend. We got to hang out, which we hadn't done in a long time because now we all grown up. We got families. We didn't moved all over the country. Like myself, I was in Wisconsin. I was in Washington to Wisconsin and to Texas and back to Wisconsin and now back to Texas. So, and she's been like, so when I got to Green Bay around 2000, she moved to Texas around that time. And so now she's been back and forth, like I said, East Coast and then back. And now she's been mainstay here in Texas. And she has a dog named, I believe, Maximus. And he's an older guy. He's a golden retriever, and he got little gray hairs and everything, kind of like my dog Apollo. So he's getting up there in age, and he was quiet and everything, didn't say much, didn't bark a whole lot, which was good. So this is Bear Fan is the daughter that is in is this the daughter? No, it's my niece. So this is my niece. My daughter, I do have a daughter who's into fitness, and she's in Dallas. And so I have four daughters. I have four daughters. So one is into fitness, one is into counseling kids on the spectrum and other mental health benefits that people can get. One is studying to be a medical assistant, and then one is going to be a doctor one day, a brain doctor. So I think me and my wife did pretty good. And then we have a son. That's the oldest. He's 31. He lives in Arizona, and he's working at a glass installation, a window installation company now. He just got a new job. He was in off and on job, but now he's doing that. And so we're very happy for our kids, very fortunate to have kids that we communicate with on the weekly and the daily. And we have a granddaughter, beautiful granddaughter. Super excited about her and what she is all about. She is an awesome kid. And so, yeah, but still got a chance to spend time with family, reminisce about stuff, talk about the high school days and all that stuff. So it was just one of those good old times. And didn't get a chance to game, I was with family. Came home Sunday afternoon, evening actually, because I had to get home and do some husband work. I had to clean up a little bit because I had we're unpacking boxes now. We finally sold our property in Wisconsin that we've been trying to sell for almost 3 years, and it finally sold. So now we got that weight off our shoulders. So we're unpacking one box at a time every day. So the goal is just to take one box, strip it down, and we'll put it into giveaways. If it still has good quality, we could sell it, maybe stuff like that. So eventually I'll probably be selling some items on here or do a giveaway here on some fun stuff between clothes. I say the biggest stuff is this clothes. We got so many clothes. And I think with the move that we had, moving from a house that was bigger down to downsizing, and we tried to do that before we left, but we didn't get a really good chance to. But but now we're doing it. We're downsizing, and once we get everything unboxed and put in its place, we're going to do a housewarming party. And so that's it's definitely going to be overdue, because usually you do housewarming parties within the first year, and we're going to be, by the time we get done, in maybe 4 years in. And it's okay. It is what it is. So that was my weekend. I hope everyone else had a great weekend, with family, with friends. If not, you just had it. Everything was the way you wanted it to go. And if it didn't go the way it wanted to go, just take it as a learning lesson, gain knowledge from that experience. So on that note, we're going to head over to, let me see what's up here. We got a quick sound bite from our good friends at Lucid Sound. We'll be doing some things with them later this year, maybe at TwitchCon, maybe not. So let's shoot it over to a commercial with them and see y'all in a few. Love up your game with Lucid Sound, the next evolution in gaming audio. Whether you're Team Xbox or PlayStation, Lucid Sound has you covered with premium wireless headsets for Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, and PS4. Hear every step, every shot, and every detail loud and clear. Comfort meets clarity. Game with Lucid Sound. Tell me how that sounded. That sounded kind of weird to me. It was kind of thinking, I make today or tomorrow. What'd you say, Bear Fan? You said, and make today or tomorrow the way you want it. Exactly. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So let's get into the quick hitting news bites here, coming into the sway of things. Uh-oh. Somebody else came in. What was that? Somebody in the Discord? Oh, that sounded like a Discord highlight right there. But let me get it on the screen here. I gotta share. I forgot to share my screen. Share screen. Set this one over here. All right, here we go. We got Roblox is doing some big things, and now Disney is thinking about doing some big things with Roblox. As the title reads, it says Hollywood is rushing to turn Roblox games into the next Minecraft movie. So I haven't played a whole lot of Roblox. It's not quite in my age demographic. I'm not a kiddo there, but mostly kids and teenagers and some college age kids that I know. So 99 Nights in the Forest is the latest candidate for a Roblox to movie adaptation. So Disney has owned 20th Century Studios and is hoping to turn the spooky Roblox hit 99 Nights in the Forest, which, if anybody in the chat has played this game, this part of Roblox, please let me know. So they're trying to change this into a feature film. According to the new report from the Hollywood Reporter, it will be the first game of the adaptation by 20th Century Studios, but at least the fourth game that Hollywood is trying to build into a film franchise. So that means they're putting out some good stuff there at Roblox. And I've always heard different things about the games, like you can make inside a Roblox and you can build out other things inside the game of Roblox, similar to Minecraft. So this is all very interesting to me, and just like, wow. So Roblox, keep it going. He says, still, Cowboy 90 says, I still don't know what Roblox is about. I know, I'm thinking Roblox was Minecraft, but just another way about building. So 99 Nights in the Forest was released on Roblox platform back in June of 2025, and it became a runaway success, So the game is both a top 10 all-time earner on Roblox and among the most popular games ever released on the platform. So 99 Nights in the Forest has racked up 26 billion lifetime visits and peaked at 14 million concurrent players, according to the Roblox creator profile of the game's 3-person development team. So the premise of 99 Nights in the Forest is simply build a camp with friends. Something is watching you. So that's it. So build a camp with friends and something is watching you. While the genre of kid-friendly horror certainly isn't unique, we've seen that with Goosebumps. We've seen that with it was something on I saw Universal that was pretty cool too. Stuff like Craig and the Creek and all that fun stuff. So based on the popularity of and then another one here, Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, both in video game and in the films, it is the foundation of success. So obviously, when we're looking at the young demographic, we already know that it's obviously an easy money grab to do certain things, making sure you have it in the title of films that you're going to bring in. You bring in comedy, you bring a little bit of spookiness, and you bring in popular characters that are loved in the books first, or in now the video game, because this is years ago, before video games become this popular. It was the books. We got old books like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, right? Came off the book. Batman, Superman, the Marvel comics, the DC comics were in book form first, but now the video games is the next platform where film companies are now grabbing the content and say, hey, let's take this into a movie, or vice versa. Let's make this a movie into a video game. So this is now the new dynamic we're seeing. I think, in my opinion, obviously, it's going to be always a tough, sometimes a tough push, depending on the movie and the graphics and the people behind the development of the game, right, of the video game. And like we said, and I bring that up because a company like Coalition, that is behind the Gears of War franchise, that we've been waiting for a movie there, but nothing's surfaced yet. And they've always talked about casting great actors, The Rock, Jason Momoa, and so on and so forth, David Bautista, stuff like that. So, but when you're dealing in the kids category, it's a little bit easier because everything is more family friendly. So I understand that this franchise potentially will have a higher percentage of success coming up. So as the article reads, you can find an article over on Polygon.com, Hollywood video games, movies of Roblox. So also this, as it mentioned in the article, this team at Grandma's Favorite Games are exactly the kind of bold, imaginative creators we love with 20th Century Studios. So with world building ideas that feel intimately cinematic, said David Greenbaugh, president of the 20th Century Studios of Disney live action arm. In a news release, he said that. So 99 Nights in the Forest has already connected with millions of players worldwide, and we're excited to build the foundation for all the audiences everywhere. And I think we got a quick video here on this link right here. So let me click that on. Let's watch. I'll let it run for it. I've never played the game, so that's why I'm gonna let it run here, so I kind of get an idea of everything here. So what this is all about. So we'll run this for a little bit. And if anybody's played this part of Roblox, please let me know. And so, like I said, I thought it was similar to Minecraft. So you see Minecraft-esque stuff here, cutting down trees, using the wood to build, a log cabin or anything like that. So that's kind of what we're seeing here. And so for me, that's where I thought Roblox was. I didn't know it was beyond that. And it says fire reached at 100%. The map has grown bigger. To me, this is Minecraft, but to dive deep into the game, there's obviously different levels and things like that will be a part of this and made into a movie eventually. So super excited about that. So growing up with Disney and the 20th films were a huge part of my childhood. No, I say all of our childhood. So collaborating with such legendary and enduring studio feels surreal. This is a quote from David Greenbaum, adding the game's creator. So we're excited to explore the world of 99 Nights in the Forest and a broader stage to create some scaries in a new entirely medium here for kids to enjoy, and kids and families to enjoy. And we've been watching through this summer Mario Galaxy drop a movie. The Mario movie years ago, and then Minecraft a year ago as well. And we saw all the other different video game iterations, from Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat to Resident Evil, the Angry Birds movies, the Angry Birds movies, and other ones that have done fantastic. And even the one movie that was not a kids movie, but big one for box office success in The Iron Lung. If you've seen that, I think that's on one of the apps. I can't remember, Hulu, Prime, or Universal, but you want to check that out too if you're into action horror movies too. So big deal there with Roblox. I think we're going to see another success of kids films out there because, like I said, Roblox, I know from the few millennials that are in my life, and then also alpha kids and beta kids. Alpha kids are the ones that between 0 and 10, and then 0 and 5, and then beta is 5 up to 10 and 15 years old. So I think that right there is some fun stuff that's going to be coming down the line for all that. And on that note, let me take it to another commercial break to one of our sponsors of the show, Devour Go, and jump in there. Hey, make you a guild. Have a good time, and I'll see you in the field. While you game, Devour Go delivers more than just food. It is the next-gen commerce platform bringing seamless ordering into the heart of gaming and entertainment. Skip the app hopping from your computer to the kitchen. Devour Go makes it easy to fuel up without missing a moment. Game on, eat up, Devour Go. I'm going to share here. So here is the Ahman Green website that just got rebuilt. Thank you to one of my daughters, Amani. She did this as a birthday gift. So now you can please go over to the AhmanGreenFoundation.com. You can meet the team, you can get involved, and you can donate. So right now, we have a donation part of the page. There's my big mug right there. So you get a newsletter sent out here, and I'll start doing that this month. And you fill that out, put your information in, and where you can get involved is right here. Go to the Get Involved tab and put in your information. And these are pictures from the past where I've done events and fundraised over the years since 2001. That's when my foundation was created by me and my family. My wife and I run it. So this is the tab. So in the Get Involved page there, go all the way to the bottom where you could donate, 50, 100, 150, 200 bucks or other here. Any donation counts. And with the digital divide, it is my initiative to basically bring technology, which is the esports world, to families, to rec centers, to boys and girls clubs, to high schools, elementaries, middle schools across the country. I'm working with a group out of North Carolina called Stay Plugged In, who I run their commercial on every podcast here and during my stream. And Stay Plugged In and I are aligned to the point to bring in esports rooms to these places that I just mentioned, but also the other stuff that comes along with having technology in a room. When you have PCs, when you have Xboxes, PlayStation, you foster up other stuff like IT, basic IT training that you get. You want to maybe go into cybersecurity. You want to go into droning now, which is getting bigger and bigger, or even coding. So we are introducing this tech to young kids because when you're young and you get introduced to new things, your mind is growing. It's thinking of new ideas that you could do with what's in front of you. And for me, when I got introduced to technology, I was between the ages of 5 and 10. I went from knowing that I could play video games to now knowing how to turn on the computer, how to print information from that computer to a printer. As we got more technical, we got internet, and now I could reach out to people through an email and learn how to set up emails and stuff like that. And now we could work from home. And that's basically what I've been doing over the last, 10 some odd years, streaming my content, but then also learning how to be a content creator, how to speak, how to do my running show, how to speak adequately and articulate here on a stream, and also becoming somebody of influence in terms of not only my football career, but after football, to say, look, I'm still doing this, helping the communities where I live. And if they're all over the country, so be it. I don't live in every city. I don't live in every state, but I could do stuff there. So if you have knowledge of somewhere they're trying to start an esports program and they don't have the finances, come to this website, go to the Get Involved tab where you could donate. And then you could go to the home channel too, or the home page, and fill out and get the newsletter here. So that will be going. So when you fill that out, you have a newsletter sent to you and get updated on what things are doing. So between the newsletter here and the Get Involved tab here at the bottom where you could donate, please go help out in any way, shape, or can. You can to help donate for the Digital Divide initiative. Like I said, reservations, native reservations. Rural farm areas, they don't have good access to internet and broadband internet and any technology like when I'm talking about PCs, gaming PCs, Xboxes, PlayStations, Nintendo Switches, and so on and so forth, controllers, headsets, all that stuff that goes into that. They don't have access to that, and like to help better that access. And we do have our first one of many to come. Esports rooms that just got approved for funding up in Menominee, up in actually Sano, Wisconsin, on the Menominee Reservation University Family Center will be opening up their first esports room, and we'll be there to announce it and have a big showcase about it and everything. So I'm super excited about that, and that's going to happen sometime between, I would say, June and July, maybe even August, but because we got to find the date sometime in the summer. So when you can, head over to this website, save it to your browser so you can always find it. Donate whatever amount you want to donate, and help out my causes, because also you get t-shirts and stuff with the Digital Divide. So I'm going to take you to that area as well. Let me see here. Share this tab. We got here, got dashboard, and I'm going to go here to campaign, boom, there, and we're going to get you here, and there we go. So these are the items. So I've done the live challenge time. So if you spend this money, $15 donation gets you a live challenge on stream. So that means I'll take a challenge of your choice during the stream, like one of my gaming streams, and such as playing blindfolded for a few minutes in one of my favorite games like Halo or Madden. A fitness there, that means drop down and give me 15. Actually, do you see that? Boom, there you go. Sorry. And suggest a game topic. So you can donate $30 for that. And also the fun stuff here is getting a t-shirt that says all-time leading rusher here. That's right here on this t-shirt here. That's $35. And then if you want the collector's edition, you get the t-shirt with a signature on it. That's $55 donation. And then the legacy bundle, where you get a signed t-shirt along with a signed item, that program like you see right there in the picture, and that is all $100. And I think that's all the options right now, but there's going to be more fun things to come. My wife's got ideas. We're going to be partnering with some companies throughout this year to help continue the Digital Divide initiative and fundraise to make sure we have enough money, to spend to help groups in America to get an esports room. Because remember, playing esports, you need a room. And so it's basically like, if you're playing football, you don't have a football field. You're playing basketball, you don't have a basketball court or a locker room. You're playing baseball, you don't have a baseball diamond. So I'm looking to fill that for places like the rec centers, like the native reservations, like farm areas, like inner city schools and suburb, wherever I can assist. That's where the Ahman Green Foundation is going to put its efforts at. So thank you very much for that. And as we move on with the show, we'll head on to another commercial with our friends over at Stay Plugged In, who also do great things, and we are aligned with them. So see you in a few. Looking to turn your passion for gaming into a college opportunity? Stay Plugged In is the premier platform connecting esports players with college programs nationwide. Whether you're grinding on Valorant, Rocket League, or Overwatch, Stay Plugged In gives you the tools to showcase your skills and earn esports scholarships. Don't just play, get recruited. Visit staypluggedin.com and start your journey to the next level today. All right, we are in this week in esports history, rolling at the bottom. Let me take that off of there. And we have some good stuff down the line. So we have the rise of Puyo that happened back on April 15th, 2018. The Japanese Esports Union approved Puyo as the official esports title in March 2018 to its first ever licensed tournament held during the Sega Fest also in 2018 on these dates. Then the next thing we have the birth of televised esports, where the specific date varies in some of the sources. So mid-April is often cited as the key period in the early 2000s for the one game net Starleague, the OSL, in South Korea, which pioneered the production of StarCraft matches for television. Awesome there. And then the next esports history of the week here, we got Dota 2 major structure. So back in April of 2015, Valve officially announced that Dota major championships in April of 2015. This established a seasonal major format. So they had a winter, fall, winter, and spring that culminated into the international. So the international is the big, basically Super Bowl weekend for this game genre and for this game of Dota. So the international 2016 fundamentally changing the game's competitive calendar that year. And we looked at some of the calendar just in the recent and years of events of notable achievement stats. So the LCK of spring of 2024 reached its peak concurrent viewership in mid-April, becoming the most viewed competition of the month at that time. And also the LEC of spring of 2024 also ranked as the third most watched event in April, trailing only the LCK and Mobile Legends as well. So, and then the last one of this section is the PUBG Mobile Global Open. So Vampire Esports clinched a record-tying third win in the main event during the April 24th window at that time. So congratulations. And that is our segment here of esports history. So moving right along here, we got next up a little question, little say-so from our friends at Sly, who I'll be going to an event this weekend in Arizona where the Sly headquarters is located, and they are doing some big things there. So I will be gone for the weekend. I'll leave Thursday afternoon, so I won't be back till Tuesday, streaming Team Up Tuesday. So just letting you know, I'm gonna try to stream a little bit. I'll be staying with, I have 2 kids there, so I'll try to stream over the weekend, play some maybe Madden or some college football. But if you don't see me online, don't worry about it. I will be back on Tuesday of next week. But let's kick it over to Sly, who is putting on some events that is going on this weekend, and I'll see y'all in a few. Whether you're deep in the digital world or out exploring the great outdoors, Sly Drink keeps the good times rolling. So power up your play with Sly Boost for energy, Sly Chill to relax, and Sly Dream to recover. No matter where your adventures take you, explore with Sly. Refresh, recharge, and repeat. All right, we are now in this or that.
This or that.
And we are this week doing the pop culture / gaming edition. So it's going to be a short list here so far because we kind of done this area before, but that is okay. It's always new things that we could try to pop up to see if you are in agreement or not disagreement. There's no winners in this. There's no wrong answers. There's no right answers. It's just always just answers. So the first one up here in the menu for this or that, pop culture gaming. All right, we're this gaming edition, it's going to debate. There's going to be some hot takes here and choices that blend gaming with the culture. So the first one is up. I think we've all done this, right? At a meeting online since we work from home or we set up things. So accidentally muting yourself on a Zoom or forgetting camera is on and you're probably doing something you're not supposed to be doing or be seen doing online. So chat, where you at on this? I just want to know, Bear Fan Naughty. I know I have muted myself accidentally, obviously on stream and in a Zoom call. Forgetting the camera's on. No, I'll turn everything off when I know I'm just updating or done with the stream when the record of the show is going down. Gotta wait. I turn everything off. So that I haven't done, but muting myself has always been a thing. So chat, how many of y'all raise y'all hand? Put your hands up, your thumbs up that you've done this plenty of times because I'm pretty sure you have. And I think everybody's done. I say done, haven't done this at least one time. You know, I'll let that shit a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little hungry there before I sat down. And what we got in the chat? Naughty? I know you've maybe potentially muted yourself, or maybe forgetting the camera was still on. It's always something that we always got to be cognizant of so we don't get caught doing something we should have been doing. So for me, like I said, being muted, I've done that several times to myself. So it's interesting and fun at the same time. You kind of like, hey, they're like, oh man, all right, I need to start talking. I can't. That's why. All right. Next one on the list. We got cosplay fail or meme that never dies. I haven't had a cosplay fail. I've done pretty good in my costumes. I keep them simple. The last costume that I was Luffy at San Diego Comic Con 2024. I didn't go 2025. No, 2025. I went. So I would say no fails there, but the memes of bruh, I see a ton of those. So I think that right there is probably my all-time fave. So what about you, chat? Any comments on the cosplay fail or the meme that never dies? I don't know nothing about that or something. She says she's always making a opinion about something, whoever that is. It's an old post that you still hear about all the time. All right, I'll let that sit for a minute. Recap. All right, next one on the list. Nobody went quiet. Chat's quiet today. That's okay. All right, we'll keep it moving along. All right, next one. Lag in a boss fight or disconnect right before winning. Oh, there's gamers in the chat, Bear Fan, Naughty, Yodel. I know you've been down this aisle before where you're about to win and it's lagging. I know lagging happened more than just disconnect before winning, but for me, definitely lagging where I'm trying to get the pattern of the big boss that I'm dealing with, especially, in a game I played a few times, didn't finish it, was Dark Souls. It was torture because their bosses were so hard to beat. And then on top of that, the internet was not kicking in the way it should. So I was getting destroyed. It seemed like their meter never went down. And just recently playing Harry Potter, it was a little lag in some of the night fights there, and it took forever. So I'm going to go a lag in the boss fight there. Excuse me. And the next one, about to wrap this last one here. Like I said, short and quick. So NPC side quest forever or tutorial that never ends. See, I don't mess around with the side quests. I know how to keep focus on my main mission. So I make sure I go to the main missions category, i.e. if you've been watching me play Harry Potter or Hogwarts Legacy, I've been staying on the main. Now I've done on the main where I think I completed most of the missions of the game. So we got Senior Sasquatch says Dark Souls Town was Lag City, LOL. Yes, indeed, Senior Squatch. Sasquatch. Yeah, that game was just a lag in itself because it just took time off your life on how hard it was to beat the big bosses on that game. So to that game right there. So that is our what is it here? Our where we at here? These are our this or that of the week here. Appreciate you jumping in there and answering. Appreciate the feedback there, Senior Sasquatch. Appreciate you a lot here. So let me head over to the chat here and head to the next arena here. We have this week in video game history. So let me get this all queued up. And we got some good stuff coming your way here. So first one up, we have Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. That came out back in 1992, North American debut there. So it was fun to watch and a fun game to play. I played it once or twice as a kid. Let me see what's the music sound like here.
If only it were that simple, though. My parents.
Oh, we take that voice off. We don't need the voice. You need my voice here. So we got Link to the Past, which it's on, I believe, Nintendo online. That's on the Nintendo Switch. One day, I'll go down the line and start playing all the Legend of Zeldas from the original all the way to the latest. And that'll be a part of my stream. Because right now, I added to my stream. If you haven't been to a Mind Green TV, we have been doing once a month. We do Mario Day, which is March, which is the 10th of every month because of what happened back in March, Mario 10. And then we're gonna pick a Pokemon Day, which is the 27th of every month. So tune in to a Mind Green TV, which is also part of Mind Green's Gamers Lounge, and watch us play those retro games. We got Super Mario Brother games on the 10th of the month and Pokemon games on the 27th of the month. So there is Link to the Past. Next one up on the list was a game that actually has different mini names. It started with so it's Animal Crossing / Animal Force back in 2001. It was released in Japan. So we got an interesting game here with all the fixings of building community, making friends, and what my man Akito would say, raising the rent on things. So I haven't played a whole lot of Animal Crossing, which I need to, because I have a granddaughter and she loves Princess Peach. So we'll probably get her into that next, because we could do more things than just run around and fight the little monsters that are around Princess Peach land or whatever it is. When we get into a game like this, we could build houses, and I think she'll like that. She's a fun kid, smart kid. She'll learn how to get the things going there. And next one here on the list here, we got the oldie but goodie, Mortal Kombat 3. That was also there back in 1995. So I was a freshman in college then. So arcade was launched with new mechanics of this game. So let me see if we get the audio here clean. It's up here. So there it is.
Close, wasn't it? That bodes well, so maybe I can.
So there we go. A little bit of Mortal Kombat 3.
Okay.
Arcade launch with new
well, I need to put it on
mechanics.
As you can see in the bottom middle, there's credits
the
there,
game.
but it plays pretty similar.
All right. And then going down the list, we have Reggie Phyllis, anime retires, end of an iconic Nintendo era in 2019. And then the final part of today's work is a fun game here. This one looks interesting. I like the way this one looked. This is Katana Zero, the stylish indie hit drops right here. So we have Katana Zero game.
Yes.
John Wick's
come on.
mixed with
you want to know, like the first time I played this level, I didn't even get seen at all in this.
Oh, really?
I say a little bit of John Wick mixed with some any samurai movie. So this was a fun game. Looks like a fun game. Katana Zero that came out back in 2019. That is here on This Week in Video Game History. So those are the games. Check them out. You could probably find them on Steam. You could definitely find them on the Nintendo online package. If you have it on Nintendo One and the Nintendo Switch, you'll be okay to find these games out there and have fun with some of the retro games. I say a game I just downloaded with a group of good friends of mine, Atomic and crew. We are playing Atomic Commando on Xbox, and that's a game I'm gonna definitely play a little bit at a time every night, because it just brings back retro nostalgia games like Double Dragon and like recently Nintendo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which I have to finish as well. So that type of play style, that type of look of retro gunning, but it is first person shooter, so it's a little updated on that standpoint. So I hope you enjoy This Week in Video Game History as we head to now the games of the week. What's up? So Joseph the Voice, thanks for the sub for 29 months. Joe the Voice in the chat, man. How you doing? Joe, what's good with you, man? Hope you're feeling better today. And you taking it, like I mentioned yesterday, one day at a time. Yes, sir. All right. Set it to the games of the week. Here we go. Let me see. Do I have anybody that wants to say anything? We're back to We have Lucid. Did we hit Lucid already? Let's see. We hit Lucid. We hit Stay Plugged In. Oh, no, we haven't hit Stay Plugged In. Or did we? We started off with Lucid, so here we go.
Looking to turn your passion for gaming into a college opportunity? Stay Plugged In is the premier platform connecting esports players with college programs nationwide. Whether you're grinding on Valorant, Rocket League, or Overwatch, Stay Plugged In gives you the tools to showcase your skills and earn esports scholarships. Don't just play, get recruited. Visit staypluggedin.com and start your journey to the next level today.
All right, we got game releases of the week, and as I get ready for that, just talking to my man Joe, we had a good conversation about a lot of things, and like I said, I hope you're taking it one day at a time today as you move forward with things in your life, man. Hope everything's good here. What game is this? Oh, I cannot take the game without the name of the game over here. Comes out April 17th. We got a fun game. Looks great. Everything looks awesome. It is Pragmata by Capcom. And we put it up on the screen there right now. And we got a fun, dynamic game.
Don't you have a name or something?
So we got Pragmata. It comes out on Friday. It's on all platforms. So watch the 8th trailer of Pragmata, an upcoming sci-fi action-adventure puzzle shooter developed by Capcom.
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way.
Players will unrival the mysteries of the moon to shut down Idus and rescue 8 through intense puzzle-based mechanics, enhanced abilities, and more as Hugh and Diana. So Pragma comes out, like I mentioned, April 17th on the PS5, Xbox Series S, and Nintendo Switch 2, and on PC Steam. So definitely check it out. Of course, it goes to thinking about itself right there. It goes into the pinwheel. All right. So we'll drop that pinwheel down since it wants to think about itself. Got to get its life together. Oh, here we go. We're back. Let me get it back up. There we go. Pragmata. So check this game out. Fun space game. If you're in the space game, this is the game for you. All right, next up on the slate here, we have a fun game. I saw this game and I was like, yeah, this is nothing but fun. We got to get this up there and talking about it here real quick. Oh, it doesn't get any better than this here. This game is called Cleaning Up. We all had to clean up something. I know when I was a kid, before I had to go outside and touch grass, I had to clean up my room. So Clean Up coming out today on all platforms, PS5, Switch, and the PC. So turn huge messes into sparkling spaces. Feel the satisfaction of restoring them to order with your super-powered cleaning tools. So the quick, cozy joy of tidying up feels so good, right? It does me a joy when I clean up my kitchen, my floors, wash clothes, clean up my esports room, update my PC, do the things that we need to do to maintain our homes, right? So do that. So feel the satisfaction of all that, restoring them to order with a super... Oh, let me go back. It flipped over quick. Boom. Let's do that. Keeps it going. Boom. Got to put that loop on there. Sorry about that. Oh, and you don't see me. You don't see the game. There's the game. See? Run it back second time. All right. So, with all that said, feel the satisfaction of restoring them to order and super powered cleaning tools. The quick, cozy joy of tidying up. Watch Cleaning Up, this trailer, to see the gameplay for the upcoming sim game. So Cleaning Up will be available on PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation today, April 15th, 2026. So I hope you enjoy that. This is a fun game. Yep, much appreciate the love. Yep, right at you, man. Joe, on that note, So you got two games. We got Pragmata, space game, exploration. Very cool graphics, looks outstanding. And then you have a fun, you could get your kids cleaning up the room. Play this, get this game for your kids. So then they could think of cleaning up as being fun. I'll put a little side note on this. My 6-year-old granddaughter told me one day, because I looked at her bed and I was like, I'm tucking her in to go to bed, and she didn't pull her covers back. So I pulled her covers back. She said, Papa, don't do that. I said, why not? Because I'm going to sleep on top of my covers so I don't have to make my bed in the morning. I'm like, so you're going to sleep with your throw rug? And she said, yeah, that's good enough. It keeps me warm. I'm like, this girl is got a hack. She leaves her bed made and sleeps on top of the covers at 6. This was 5. This was last summer. She's 6 now. So she's ahead of the game. Like I said, these kids, these alphas, these betas, they already know the hacks they're learning the hacks of the world as they go along. Hopefully be successful. So clean up. Please check the game out when you can. All right. On the last note, we're about to head into some of my fun segments of the show here. We got Fallout Season 2. We're on episode 3. Episode 3 that came out in December, but we're watching it now. Recap. Boom. We're going to go into that recap right here. All right, we will do this up there, and then boom. So here we go. We got episode 3 of Fallout, man. We got a lot of good stuff going on here. Where did I put it at? Oh, here we go. So we got Fallout 3. It's called the Profligate recap. So episode 3, the Profligate hits hard, right? This series drops the humor of stretches and leans into the brutal truth about the wasteland. Most people don't make it, especially the kids. And that's where you saw that in the title too. Let me go back to where it says that. I was like, the kids don't make it. And that was a part of the title. It says most kids are dead by this age. I was like, damn, what the hell is going on in the wasteland where the kids don't have a shot? But this chapter is about survival, stripped down to its rawest form, while ideals get tested and often broken in two here. So with Lucy, we know she's transitioning. Yes, that's Macaulay Culkin right there in Fallout. Just so y'all know, that is Macaulay Culkin. So Lucy, she hopes under pressure. Lucy continues to the line between who she is, who she was raised to be, and what the wasteland demands of her personality and her reactions, right? So this episode puts her in situations where survival isn't just about quick thinking. It's about who you're willing to become, basically, because obviously you got life and death scenarios literally happen every minute, and that's what I'm referring to. So she encounters the reality that many in this world grew up without any safety, no guidance like she did, or even a chance to survive. So that line, most kids are dead by this age, isn't just dialogue. It's a wake-up call, because what happened when the ghoul that was also helping the kids build and do work got brought into a room where they were about to get all taken out. So Lucy doesn't fully abandon her values, but you can see the shift. You know, she starts to hesitate a little less, she questions more, and she adapts a lot faster. So this character here with Maximus is kind of he thinks of himself as a badass, but he's kind of these guys that has his nose up in the air because he thinks he's a big dog because he's wearing that army suit. So Maximus is taking this guy an inch at a time. So back to Lucy real quick. She's learning that compassion has to coexist along with survival. All right. So the ghoul survival without illusions it's something that is still a part of him, but he's not fully there yet because he knows the real. So the ghoul isn't in his element here. Cold, efficient, and painfully honest. He doesn't sugarcoat anything, especially when it comes to survival, right? He's always like, hey, you either kill or get killed, right? And he's been through it because he's found out what his wife did way back when, before the bombs dropped, being part of that. So that was the first time he had to deal with the reality. So where Lucy sees tragedy, he sees the reality of things. So this episode reinforces that the ghoul isn't cruel for no reason. He's shaped, like, again, we've mentioned this several times, he's shaped by the world where hesitation gets you killed. But beneath all the hardened exterior, there are moments where you can sense something else. Not softness, but recognition, because he does have a heart. He did have a family, and he has a family that he's looking for. So Lucy reminds him of a version of the world that once no longer exists right now. And now to Maximus, like I mentioned, Maximus, the cost of him belonging is all about with his arc continues to build as he wrestles the identity and the loyalty. And flying in that cab pick with this guy right here, the Brotherhood offers structure and purpose, but at a cost. And so in this episode, pushes him to confront what he has to do right here in this scene. It means he follows the orders, but he ain't following the orders. The consequences are blind loyalty, and whether power actually equals respect, and it doesn't. So this is where he goes into the fight with this guy who is trying to take out this group of kids because he don't see them as human at all. He sees them as the ghoul. So he is still searching for where he belongs in terms of Maximus, but the answers are getting more and more complicated as we go. And then the harsh reality right here, the Wasteland's harsh truth, is that the profligate expands one of the show's core ideas. Survival isn't fair, it's balanced, and it doesn't reward the good. And so with the kids, with Lucy, we see the impact of the growing in chaos, how quickly innocence disappears, and how survival shapes identity for all the young age. And the Wasteland doesn't just test people, it defines them. Okay. So the biggest things here, I say in this episode, some of the themes that were here. So survival versus innocence, the innocence being the kids that were working in the factory with the one, I'll say caretaker that tried to take care of them. What's this actor's name? He's on the list of things here. He's right here at the bottom. He plays Johnny. So Johnny did his best to not get the kids exterminated when Maximus and the other guy was fighting the room. This scene right here. So he did his job to keep the kids alive. So adaptation and identity. So both Maximus and Johnny adapting to the situation. Identity for Maximus, trying to figure out who he is, but he does right here by taking the other guy out to say, hey, no, this is wrong. We're not going to kill these kids, even though they're ghouls. We want to keep them alive. And that was also the harsh reality and also the hope of a change going on in this crazy wasteland. So what people become when they grow up without safety is somebody that is cautious, somebody that is also in a spot of knowing that there's danger at every corner. All right. And so to wrap this up, the final take on this episode, Profligate, is one of the most grounded and sobering episodes so far. So it reminds us of that Fallout. Survival isn't just about making it another day. It's about what survival cost of you. So Lucy is changing. The ghoul has already, and Maximus is definitely next for what comes down the line in terms of changing and staying alive and being who he is. All right. So, and in this world, growing up isn't guaranteed. We already know that. So right now, it's just about being there and reacting the right way. So got one more segment to wrap this episode up. Thank you for everybody jumping in today. The last segment of my show, you know what it is. It's Ahman's Gamer Tip of the Week. And here we go. Did we get what's on stream? Boom. There we go. What's on stream right there. And we'll get the music to run real quick. There we go. Boom.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
All right, so that was what's on stream. We gave it to you, and now we're headed over to Ahman Green's gamer tip of the week, brought to you by Devour Go. And so let's shoot it over to Devour Go, and we'll see you in 21st seconds.
While you game, Devour Go delivers more than just food. It is the next-gen commerce platform bringing seamless ordering into the heart of gaming and entertainment. Skip the app hopping. From your computer to the kitchen, Devour Go makes it easy to fuel up without missing a moment. Game on, eat up, Devour Go.
All right, we get that off the air. So, tip of the week, as you see right there on the bottom, my gamer tip: fighting games, keep inputs clean. So what I mean by that is practice the execution, slow it down, and then speed it up. So I always tell kids when I'm doing fitness training, I'm doing sports specific training, that, I'll demonstrate, do a quick foot ladder, for example. I'm going to go fast through it because I know it by the hand, but I'll tell them, hey, I want you to start slow. So I then go back through it one step at a time. So I go one, left foot, right foot, or right foot, left foot, right foot, really slow. Then at the end, I'm going fast. So this is here where you hit the buttons, you take your time, hit them slowly as it reads on the screen what the move list is. Try to memorize them the best way you can. So then practice that execution, slow it down, and eventually speed it up when you got it down, because as you speed it up, you'll learn the timing of the button through the Xbox controller, the PlayStation controller, or your fight stick to hit the buttons to make the combination blow somebody up and destroy them, So you got to have clean presses, so clean inputs and consistent performance. All right. So make sure that tip, again, keep the inputs clean. That means practice execution, slow it down before you speed it up, because if you go speed it up, try to go fast, you're just button mashes. But if you want to be the best, you want to be a professional, you want to be somebody that beats all your friends in a fighting game or any game for that matter, use these tips. They're going to help you out. So I appreciate y'all with everything coming in today, listening to the show, having a good time, breaking things down. So I hope you have a great rest of your week. So thank you for jumping in my Gamers Lounge, the Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge, where gaming, where sports and life collide. We hope you enjoy the show and get your daily dose of goodness and insightful conversation. Be sure to follow us on social media. Subscribe to the podcast and join the community of gamers. So that means Ahman Green 30 on IG and X, AG Gamers Lounge on IG and X, TikTok Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge, and then also NIL TV Esports on TikTok, Instagram, and X, and then the Ahman Green Foundation website. Please go donate there. Whatever it can do can help. All right. So until next time, and on LinkedIn, we get in LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn as well. Send some messages if we need help. You need help with something, I know I could come in and help and direct anything. Help y'all out. All right. So until next time, keep the gaming strong. Stay passionate. This is Ahman Green signing off, and game on. Peace out. Have a good rest of your week. Let me turn on the music. Get some music on. All right, we're gonna raid out to somebody too. Let me go up to here to see who I can raid out to. Who can we raid out to? Oh, Mashi. Let's raid out to Mashi. We haven't done him in a while. It's Mashi Madden. We're gonna watch some Mashi Madden. Let's do that. So let's go that right. All right, it's Mashi Madden. Telling myself what's up. Raunchy, I said, what's up? Peace out, y'all. Have a good rest of your day.